Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-July 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Libra. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of tarot cards. Of course, I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. But with that being said, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or a month. Column number 2, we're going to take a look at just general what's coming through the remainder of July. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We also are going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. Let's see here, pulling a summary card for the last few weeks. We have the card Efficiency. I like efficiency. For those of you that don't know me in person, I work in business efficiencies, so love efficiency. But likely this means you've gotten a lot done the last few weeks and you've been really effective and efficient in the things that you've accomplished. So I love to see that for you. We could always all be a little bit more efficient. So let's see what messages we have coming through here, Libra. The first card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results. So likely there was something you've been waiting for that came to fruition finally in these last few weeks. This is also a card of making travel plans, so some of you definitely could have been making travel plans for the end of July or even later this year. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. Not surprised to see this card with the Efficiency card. Again, it feels like it's been busy, but you've also gotten a lot done, Libra, which is super exciting to see there. And then at the bottom, we have the Knight of Swords. If you look at this card, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly. This indicates something very fast and some sort of lifestyle change. So again, some sort of quick change for you these last few weeks or month. Let's go ahead and clarify though and see what other information we can get. The first card that we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. With that being paired with the Two of Wands, it's almost like you've been waiting to make a move because you weren't sure if it was the right move long term. So just kind of be aware of that. But again, it does seem with the Two of Wands there's something we're waiting for. And with the Four of Pentacles, this again is our desire for long-term security. The next card that we have is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords looks a little gloomy, but this is actually a card I really like. You see that everyone is faced away from us, their heads are hanging low, their sword stuck in the boat, but the boat is moving in a forward, positive direction. So whatever happened, whatever this transition that you're going through, likely the same as this Knight of Swords, that kind of quick-paced lifestyle change that happened, it's something that needed to happen. Some of you could be physically relocating or moving as well with the Six of Swords. But being on top of the Knight of Pentacles, this transition is actually something you've wanted and worked really hard for, and you've been patiently waiting for this transition. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new, creative, it's exciting. So whatever this change is, it's going to be beneficial. Again, it's that new, exciting energy. It's that ability to be active and be creative. Overall, looking pretty good for our last few weeks. Let's take a look though, general, what's coming through the remainder of July here. We have the card Patterns. I feel like I've pulled this card for you recently, Libra. And I feel like when I pulled it, it was saying there were some patterns or habits that you needed to adjust, but this feels like healthy patterns and habits now. But let's see what messages come through here. Again, for the remainder of July. The first card that we have is the Hermit card. The Hermit card is a card about going within for clarity, making sure that you're living your life's purpose, making sure that you're doing things that feel good. This light inside the lantern is the light inside of you, Libra. And again, it's all about doing the things that keeps your flame lit. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of travel, so we've talking about that you may have made travel plans. It looks like there may be some travel for you going into the end of July. The Three of Wands, though, is also a card of expansion and teamwork. I do feel like with this new beginning that we're talking about with the Page of Wands is really going to open a lot of doors for you. That's what that expansion is. Commerce is also associated with the Three of Wands, so this feels like growth, both in opportunity and money. Then at the bottom here we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. It indicates being busy. It sounds like you've already had a busy beginning of July. I would anticipate being busy going into the end of July. But again, make sure you're not letting yourself burn out. Don't be overly stressed. Don't be overly burdened. It's okay to say no from time to time. But when I say the Ten of Wands, especially in like the coming column, it is a reminder to make sure you don't let yourself burn out. Let's see here. The first clarifying card we have is the Ten of Cups. For those of you that have watched my video before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. It is a card of family, contentment, total love, and support. Just seriously the card of everything wonderful. We have a nice full rainbow here at the top with all the cups. Happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, water's running, there's a house in the background. Again, it's the card of everything wonderful. And in order for us to obtain all of these things that we want in life, we need to make sure that we're clear on what we want and also doing things that make us feel good. So that's why that Hermit card is very important. Make sure the patterns, the habits, the things that you do every day, your routine makes you feel good. It's feeding that inner flame. The next card that we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is very much so a card of love. It's very romantic love. It can be a card of partnership as well. This could be marriage and proposal. I do see that some of you could be entering into a relationship this month, or again, that engagement, that marriage, some sort of love advancement. This could also just be really, really good friendship though. Again, there's this expansion, this travel. So you could be traveling to visit friends or family. Friends or family could be supporting you in this expansion with the Three of Wands as well. Overall good card there with the Two of Cups. And then at the bottom we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of feeling like you need to defend yourself, that there's competition. That could be what's leading to this burnout. If you're like constantly having to justify why you did this or what action you took, that is stressful. That's exhausting. That does burn us out. That makes us feel like we're a burden. So do make sure that you're setting clear boundaries too. Don't feel like you need to be in a position to defend yourself, and don't feel like you're in a position where you have to say yes to everything. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, Libra, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, really anything money related. Our first card is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a very self-sufficient card, but also a card of being very honest. I'm going to tie this back to this Ten of Wands because I feel like a lot of this burden, stress, exhaustion is work related. Again, be open, be honest, communicate, and it's okay to say no. The next card that we have is the Chariot. The Chariot is a really good card no matter where it is in the reading. It's a card of action, change. It's being on a journey. The interesting thing with the Chariot is sometimes we don't know exactly where we're going, but you can trust that the Chariot is taking you to the right place, which is always such a nice feeling. Again, you may not know where you're going, but the Chariot's going to take you to the right place. So there's action, there's change. You're on a journey to something bigger and better, and the Chariot is carrying you there. This is also the card of a new vehicle, and since we're in our money and investments column, some of you could be getting a new car. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope, inner clarity. I love to see this because it does seem like some of you are burnt out, exhausted, but this does feel like a renewal of energy, which is good. there's almost like a realization that you're on a journey and that you're moving on to something bigger and better as well. So really like to see that for you, Libra. With the star card, also we have this big star at the top, which could be being recognized at work, which is neat as well. So being in the spotlight, being recognized for your hard work. Taking a look at our clarifiers, the first clarifier we have is the Justice card. Anytime we have the Justice card, Libra, this is going to be a card that is beneficial for you, benefiting you. It is a card of cause and effect, win-win solutions. It is also truth coming out. And going back to the Queen of Swords, that is that self-sufficient card, that very communicative and honest card. So do make sure that you're communicating, make sure that you're being honest. But then again, like I said, this is beneficial for you. So communicating what you need, how you feel is going to benefit you. There's really no doing wrong or not in your favor. Like I said, everything with the Justice card is in your favor here, Libra. This is also a good card as it pertains to contracts, legal matters, things of the court. This does represent favorable outcome for you too. The next card that we have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is very studious, very hardworking. You've worked hard for this journey. You've worked hard for this new path. This is really, again, about just trusting that the work you've put in, just like the Justice said, that cause and effect, because you did this, you're getting this. The Chariot's going to take you exactly to the place where you need to be, the place where you deserve to be. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Cups. When I see the Seven of Cups specifically in this column, it is typically an indicator of being very busy. If you look at here, there is something different in all 7 of these cups. There's a lot going on, a lot happening. It is on top of the Star card though, which I think is an indicator that things are going to settle down. It's again that renewal, that hope, that inner clarity, that kind of fine balance you've been hoping for. So if you do feel like you've been juggling all 7 of these cups, the Star card is here to reassure you things are going to level back out, which will be really nice. Now moving on to our next column, we're going to take a look at anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationship, children, really anything that you associate with love. Our first card, Libra, is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very bold, leadership, powerful card. It's also a very charming card. For those of you looking to be in a relationship or possibly just entering into a new relationship, this card's really for you. This seems to be the characteristics of the other person. Very bold, possibly a person that's in a leadership position or in a position of power. Very charming and very courageous. None of these are bad things, all good things. Again, this just seems to be the trait of the other person. The next card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a very domestic type card. This is good if you are entering into a new relationship or would like to get married. This is a great card for you. The Queen of Pentacles is also very much so a card of fertility. For those of you hoping to grow your family, this is a good indicator for you. At the bottom, we do have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is a card of not very good relationships. It's bully, theft, violence, some sort of abusive relationship typically. This is more so though coming up as like an indicator that there could be conflict this month, I feel like. And this could again be family, friend, loved one. This could even be your child that you're having issues with, a parent that you're having issues with. But it does seem like there's some sort of conflict. Let's clarify this column though and see what other messages I can give you. The first card we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. So definitely sticking on this pregnancy, new relationship type energy. The Ace of Cups is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So lots of new love energy there for you, Libra. The next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. However, when I see this card, it's oftentimes like a card that you've been working hard. But the nice thing about the Eight of Pentacles is that it's like you're reaping the benefits of your hard work. So if you've been trying to get pregnant, again, reaping the benefits of your hard work trying to get pregnant. If you're hoping for a new relationship, you'll be reaping the benefits of that hard work by being in a new relationship. It's everything you've been working for as it relates to love paying off to you. Then at the bottom here, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is, again, that card of expansion. So definitely those of you hoping to grow your family, this is a great card for you. The Three of Wands, though, is very much so a card of teamwork. So I will say, as we go through this conflict, whether it's family, friend, relationship, loved one, whatever it may be, it does seem like the relationship will trump the conflict. I do think there will be some sort of scuffle or conflict this month, but it's not going to end any relationships, friendship, anything like that. Again, the energy, the relationship, the friendship there is trumping whatever this conflict is. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. Apparently you need both of these cards here, Libra. The first card that we have is expectation. Love to see this card. This is a card of your expectations being exceeded, quite simply, going into the next few months. So love to see that for you. And then we have dependability. So this is about continuing to work hard, continuing to be that dependable person. Somebody could be relying on you too going into this end of this month. Like, you have to be the adult in the situation type energy, where you do need to make sure that you're showing up every day doing your best. But let's see what messages come under this fifth and final column here. Okay, the first card that we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is kind of a stagnant card. It quite literally is what it looks. This person's hanging there by their foot. And when I see this, it's oftentimes somebody needing more information before they can move forward. For whatever reason, you're stuck. The nice thing is when we flip this card over, it then becomes the Fool. So as soon as you get this piece of information that you need, it like opens these doors of opportunity. So keep that in mind with the Hangman. Things could be feeling a little bit stagnant, but I would anticipate a move going into the end of July here. The next card that we have is the Emperor. The Emperor is a very strategic card. It's long term. It is, again, that card of good parenting, fertility if you're hoping to grow your family. But for whatever reason, I'm getting, like, the Emperor is kind of talking to me, which is a weird thing that doesn't typically happen. But the message here is like, the Emperor is saying you had to wait. This had to be stagnant for whatever reason. It's almost like this future event couldn't yet happen. So just know that for whatever reason this thing was delayed, this didn't happen as fast as it was, we don't have the information we need, it was definitely for a reason. And then at the bottom here we have the Moon card. The Moon card is about trusting your intuition and voluntarily making the change. Some of you may have had to like choose to be stagnant. You were trying to push forward, and you just knew intuitively or instinctively that it just wasn't happening at this time. So interesting pairing here. Let's see what other messages I can give you. The first card that we have is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a card of feeling like you're in a very low spot. It's low feelings. If you look at the card, it's gloomy. This person's laying down and there's a bunch of swords stuck in them. So again, you don't want to be stuck here, but you're acknowledging that you're stuck here. However, anytime there's a low, the benefit is that we get to move up from here. So just kind of keep hanging in there. Again, these sets of cards are saying that you had to be stagnant at this exact moment. So try not to feel too upset about it. The next card that we have is the Lovers card. So again, lots of new love energy here. This is a card of partnership, deep love, strength together, but it also could be the choice, and we already acknowledged that you had to make the choice to be a little bit stagnant here. And then at the very bottom here, we have the King of Pentacles. This is a very solid, practical, and wise card. The choices that you've made were solid, practical, and wise. Again, I know they're not feeling the best, but everything here is saying that this pause, this wait that you took was the right thing. To wait for it to come to fruition, it definitely will. At this time, Libra, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 4 of clubs. This is number 4 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 10 of spades. This is number 30 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the Ace of Hearts. This is number 11 card. This is also going to be a no. So we have yes, no, no, Libra. If you watched our video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of July. Your crystal this month is turquoise, which is good for self-responsibility. It really helps you forge your own destiny. It's very good at helping you say no. We talked about it. It's okay to say no this month. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your note says, "This too you will conquer." Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. If you feel inclined, I'd include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Libra, and have a wonderful rest of your July.